welcome back to my YouTube channel, the YouTube channel by VD. Subscribed it, kindly go ahead and press the subscribe button and click on the bell icon as well. And in the previous video we have discussed about something, some parts of technical SEO. Tutorial in the beginning videos we are discussing about search engine optimization. So we have gone through on page, off page and technical SEO. So I hope if you haven't watched the videos yet, you can just find the links on the I button and as well as in the description as well. Okay, so you can just go ahead and watch the videos. If you have any doubts, you can just share your doubts or comments in the comment section. Otherwise you can just follow me on Instagram, so I can and you can ask me directly questions over there. For sure I will go ahead and answer you for all your doubts. So today in the last video we have covered the technical SEO. Okay, so if you haven't if you are not aware like what, so you can just go and watch the last video that I have uploaded. So next, today we are going to learn about the few parts which are remaining for technical SEO, and those are like how to create a XML sitemap, the security certificate for a website, the website speed, and apart from that, how to go ahead and implement Google Analytics to track your data for your website, how to implement Google Tag Manager, and how to verify the website, how to verify your website that you are the owner of the website. So today, first of all, we are going to learn about XML sitemap optimization or XML sitemap creation. So I'll just show you what it is. What is XML sitemap? Okay, so if we think about XML sitemap, I hope all of you know about sitemaps, right? Sitemap, if I'll go to any of the website, let it be flipkart.com. Okay, and if you just go down here also you will find sitemap, right? Once you click on this, okay, what are the things that you're going to see? When you see here, these are all the links available. Okay, this is the HTML sitemap, so it is for the user. Like whenever a user landing on a website, he wants to know what is available in your website, what are the links available, what are the category, subcategory, what are the parts of your website available, so he can find it from here. If you click any of this from here, you will directly land on the same page. Okay, like this. All right, so like that, XML sitemap, that is for user, HTML sitemap is for user. And what is XML? XML sitemap is for the search engines. Okay, so if I'll type what is XML sitemap, okay, you will find an definition of XML sitemap over here. Like this is from practicalecommerce.com. So XML sitemap provides search engines with an efficient list of URL on a website. Okay, what are the links provided? As you, in HTML sitemap over here of Flipkart, you will find this is for users. So this XML is for search engines. Okay, so these are just text files. All right, and these are already been covered with all the URLs that is available in your website. Okay, so how to generate that? Okay, so once I will search for XML sitemap, okay, you can find the xmlsitemaps.com XML sitemap generator. Otherwise you can just type here XML sitemap generator, so you will find this one. Okay, so this has quite a bit of paid version, otherwise you can say free version also is there. So for free version you can only go up to 500 pages. Can you see here? So you can only generate the sitemap for up to 500 pages. If you want more than that, then you have to go with the pro sitemaps or PHP scripts, where you can generate like indexed up to 1,50,000 pages. Okay, 150k pages, and it automatically updates the sitemap. So these are the properties you're going to get with the pro sitemaps. So if your website consists of less than 500 URLs or pages, then you can go for the free one. Okay, so how to do that? So let it be, I am just going to create a sitemap for this website. Okay, So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the URL of this website, and I'm just going to paste it here, and I'm going to click on start. So what it will do, it will just go ahead, okay, and create a sitemap, and it will give you a text file, XML file, which is going to be downloaded on your system. Okay, so what you have to do, you just have to go to the root folder. Okay, you have to go to the root folder, like GoDaddy, or from where you have taken your website. You have to go there, and you have to upload it in your root folder over there as an XML sitemap. So what it does, it helps the search engine to crawl your website and to know what are the sitemaps are available, or what are the URLs available in your website. Okay, this is how it works. So if I want to find the sitemap of this page, the sitemap of this website will be sitemap. So if you want to see what are the categories available, or what are the pages, static pages available, what are the product pages available, and what are the brand pages available, you can just have to copy this one. Okay, copy this XML URL, and you can find it over here. Okay, so what are the URL available? So you have to create an URL, and you have to upload it in your website. So what happens whenever you are indexing your website to Google, to any of the search engines, so they will crawl and they will get to know, this is the information to the search engines, that these are the URLs available in my website. Okay, this is all about XML sitemap. So next we are coming to SSL or HTTPS. So what is SSL? Okay, and what is HTTPS? Most of you are aware of HTTPS, I think. Okay, I think so, because everyone is using internet, and if you are going to any of the website which is not HTTPS, it will give you not secure connection, otherwise not secure one option over there. So I will show you. If you can see, this website is HTTPS, right? So whenever you are opening this one, okay, it will show you like this, it is secure. Okay, now come here, you will be finding it is a secured one. Okay, so let me go to, if you are going to this website, can you see here, this is not secure, right? That simply means this website don't have HTTPS, the secured layer, it is not there. Okay, so right now it is actually a very important part for Google to rank. Okay, for ranking factor, for SEO factor. So what is the purpose? It created in an encrypted channel between client and the server, transmission of such data as credit card details, account login, like all your sensitive information. This is actually from namecheap.com. So why it is required, it is giving you this information, why the SSL certificate for a website is required. This is how it works. So it is also required. So for that, you have to okay, you can just see SSL certificates from GoDaddy, you can buy it from here. Okay, there are a lot of websites are there who are providing SSL certificates. So you can go ahead, and how to purchase it, you have to make the payment, you have to provide your domain, and they will configure your website with the HTTPS. All right, this is all about HTTP and HTTPS. Website loading speed. As we are talking about website loading speed, this is one of the most important part, which helps you to engage your user in your website, to help you in user retention as well, which is the most important part, which decreases your bounce rate, which increases your average time spent of a user in your website. So this is a very important part. So for that, what you have to do, this work is completely of a developer, how he can optimize. But apart from that, you can also provide him some suggestions, like you can optimize your images, whatever the images are over here. Okay, so if I'm loading this website, can you see how much time it is taking? Is anyone is going to wait for more than 2 seconds or 3 seconds? If you click on any website and it is loading and loading and loading, what do? You just close the tab and you go out of the website, right? Like this, you have to optimize your images. So here also, if you search for amazon.in, you can see within 2 seconds the pages are loading, right? You can see the content of the page within 2 seconds. You can go to any of the pages. Okay, I'll click here and we can go to any of the pages over here. Okay, and see how fast it is loading. All right, you can see Within 2 seconds or 3 seconds you will be able to see the pages. Okay, this is how you have to optimize. This is completely depend on the request to the server, and how you are optimizing your page, your multimedia available in your page. So this is all depends on you, how you are going to suggest like where to work and how to work. And if you want to know, okay, you can just go to one website gtmetrics.com, and what you have to do, you just have to provide your URL and just enter. You can see here this is taking 9 seconds and total page size is 4.21 MB. This should be maximum 2 to 3 MB. Okay, maximum 2.5 is enough, and page loading speed should be not more than 3 seconds. The average fully loaded time is 7.3, so you have to make it 3. So this will give you the complete details where you have to work. These are leverage loading, caching, minimize, redirects, serve scaled images, optimize images. Okay, so these are the information it is providing. So you have to work on this. You have to minify the JavaScript, and after that it will go ahead and it will help you to improve. Otherwise, there is one more thing: the page speed insights from Google Developer. Okay, this is from Google. So if you want to optimize your website here also, you can just go ahead and find out what are the information required, how to optimize. So you can just go here and you can just provide the informations to your developer, and he will work on it and he will fix the issue. Okay, this is how you have to optimize your page loading speed. Okay, all right, so now you can see in mobile the score is 1. If it is more than 90 to 100, it is perfectly fine. 50 to 89 is average. 0 to 49 is very bad. So the score is 1 over here for mobile, and for desktop also you have 12. Okay, this is having very bad. So where you have to work, you can see first contentful paint, speed index. Okay, this will provide you all the information where you have to work. Okay, diagnostics, and it will provide you complete details where you have to work and what you have to work. You can see. Okay, you will see all the URLs, all the requests, whatever your website is sending. You can see. Okay, so you can provide these informations to your developer, and he will go ahead and fix the problem for you. Next we come to mobile friendliness. Okay, so if I will tell you mobile friendliness, as you are opening amazon.com as an app, so if any website don't have a app, okay, so they are they have currently started their website and they are going live. So they have to make their website mobile friendly. Okay, so most of the websites, if you open facebook.com in desktop and in mobile, so in mobile you will find m.facebook.com, right? That is mobile optimized, that is mobile website. Okay, so you have to make your website like that, so it can be opened in a mobile also. There will be no issues in mobile website also if you don't have an app. Okay, so you can use in desktop and mobile also. So that will be the most user friendly, because right nowadays people are using computer or laptop very less as compared to mobile phones or cell phones, right? So making your website mobile friendly will be the best part to impress and search engine. Okay, and to the users, for the user experience also, for user retention also, that will be a great part. Apart from that, accelerated mobile pages, this is a very big part. Okay, so if you are any of the blogs, or if you are a news publishing website, so you can just go to your mobile phone. Okay, and you can search for news. Okay, current affairs, current news. You will be finding Times of India and some other news websites who are providing AMPs, like accelerated mobile pages. I'll show you the now the mobile view. Okay, if you come down, you will find some of the websites. Can you see this charging mark over here? I hope you can see, right, this one. So once you click on it, it will open the website in within 1 second, not more than that. Okay, so this is known as accelerated mobile pages. You will find the pages and the content of the page within 1 second. Okay, so let us go back. We will find some more. Times of India, this is also Bangalore lockdown and all those news are there. Okay, in the mobile device. So this is how the accelerated mobile pages work. This is the work of a developer. So if you are into any of the content related current affairs related website, if you are working for them, so you can just ask your developer to create the accelerated mobile page, so it will help the user to load the page within 1 second, which increases user experience as well as user retention. Accelerated mobile page is done. Pagination and multilingual websites. Pagination we have already covered. Okay, so what are the pages? Okay, the main category, then the subcategory, then the products. Three layers should be there. Okay, and multilingual, like if your website is global, then you have to give an option to the customer for languages. If they want to access the website in Hindi, they can access. If they want to access the website in English, if they want to access the website in Chinese, or if they want to access the website in Turkish, whatever they want, they can just go ahead and access the website in the same language. So you have to, if you have a global website, then you have to design your website in such a way, so the user can get all the information in their language, and it will be helpful for the user. Okay, so this is also one of the most important part where you have to work if you are working on a global website. And then register your site with Webmaster Tools. Now it comes the most important part, webmaster.google.com. Okay, so you will be landing on this page. If you already have a website, okay, so you can just go ahead and link your website over here. Okay, so as I already told you, I hope in the previous video, how to do that. So you have to log in first. Otherwise, if you are new to search engine, you have to click on start now. All right. So here, what you have to do, once you log in, if you are new to this, no property added in your Google Search Console, you have to type in here your website address. Okay. So you have to type in your website address. You have to click on continue. Click on continue. So now what you have to do, you just have to copy this code. Once you put your website address over there, you have to copy this code. Okay. Then you have to paste this. Okay. What it is given, sign in to your domain provider like GoDaddy or something. Okay. Copy the text record below to the DNS configuration. Okay. You have to follow this. You are the owner of the website. It is completely verified now. Okay. This is how it works. And apart from that, if we go to analytics, go analytics.google.com. Okay. Here also what you have to do, as you can see, I don't have any property added over here also. This is just showing as a demo. Okay. So there will be a tracking code where you will find, once you log in, okay, you will find it over here. If you are not using Google Tag Manager, okay, in the initial period, then you can just go ahead and do this one. Otherwise, if you are using Google Tag Manager, then also you required analytics to track the data, to have the data with you, what are the, how many users are coming, to track complete data of your website. But before that, if you don't have Google Tag Manager installed or implemented in your website, so you have to implement this one. So how to implement? You have to go to admin. You will find here admin. Go to property settings. First one is account, then property, then view. In property, you will find tracking info. Just click on that one. You will find tracking code. Okay. Click on that. Once you click on that, you will find some global tag over here. This is the tracking ID of your This is a unique ID which is provided by Google, which has to be there on your website. So what you have to do, you have to copy this code, okay, and paste it on the head section. Okay, now what is head section and what is body section? I hope all of you know. In HTML there is head section is there, one is body section is there. So in the head section you have to implement or paste this code, okay, manually in all the pages. Otherwise, okay, yeah, you have to copy and paste this one. So what it will do, it will track all the behaviors or all the data, okay, of the user, what he is doing, whatever, what are the pages he is searching for, what are the events he is working on the page, okay, on the website. So all the data you will find in your Google Analytics. Okay, this is how it will work. And if you go to Google Tag Manager, so you have to go to tagmanager.google.com. You have to create an account. Okay, I will type Sanjeev Forum. I will type India Sanjeev Forum. Okay. And I will make it as like Android, iOS. What is this? Okay, this is web. I will click and I will create. Once it is done, okay, it will, you have to read all these things, okay, and you have to also accept, then yes. Now it will save your data. All right, and your account is created with the name of Sanjeev Forum. It will give you now the code. If you have implemented Google Analytics, so if it is there, still you have to copy this code and paste this code as high in the head section, this one, and again this is in the body section, in the top. After the opening of body section, you have to paste this code. Okay, so if you just by mistake close it, so you can click here, you can find this one and you can paste this. Okay, so this is actually your unique code, the GTMN3HR H4R33. Okay, now if you want to track all your analytics data through Tag Manager, only a single code is required, that is Google Tag Manager. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to go to tags, right now there are no tags, as you can see. Click on new tag configuration. Okay, you have to do Google Analytics Universal Analytics. Click on this. It is done. Track type page view, whatever you want to track, event, transaction, social, timing, decorate link. So as per use, so we will track page view in the beginning. Google Analytics settings variable. Okay, you have to create a variable over here. Okay, new variable, you can just click and you can just give your tracking ID. So what will be the tracking ID? As I showed you over here, this is the tracking ID, right? So I will just go ahead and paste this one over here. Cookie domain auto, and save. Google Analytics settings, save. Okay, now just come to advanced settings. Right now this is not required. Once you are done with all these things, you can just go ahead and do some customization according to your data or according to your tracking. Now triggering. So what you have to do, what you will do here, this will be the common one, like this is the default one. For all pages we want the page view, right? So we can click on all pages and save. Okay, now it will create a tag. Okay, so Google Tag Manager should be pasted on the top. Can you see here? It is pasted, right? I hope all of you are clear. So now there is no Google Analytics is required. Okay, Google Analytics is not required now. All right, so if you haven't added a tag over here, then Google Analytics is required. As you can see here, the Google Analytics code is over here. Okay, this is required. And if you have created a tag over here, so this code is not required now. Okay, you can just have this code and it will track all the data for you. Now if you find the body after this head, okay, here the body part starts. So can you see this one, this code? As I already told you, this code you have to paste it in the head of the body section on the top of the body. So this is pasted over here. All right, this is how you are going to track. So in Google Tag Manager, this is the implementation. I hope all of you are clear about. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me in the comment section. Otherwise, follow me on Instagram and ask me over there. I will get back to you for sure. So now if you want to create some more tag, okay, and after creating this, okay, after creating this, what you have to do, you have to submit every time. Okay, a descriptive name, whatever for your understanding, analytics tag added. Now publish. Once it is published, you will find a container published over here. Okay, now it is done. Okay, you can see this is the version 1 analytics tag added. Okay, and if you want to see the changes, version changes, you can click here, activity history. You will find all the information over here, whatever the changes you have made. Okay, now you just go to your workspace. Now again, this is how you have to implement, you have to track your data. Now again, if you are using Google AdWords also, so you can just go ahead and create a tag over here, and you can track your ad conversion tracking, remarketing tag also. You can create floodlight counter also, conversion linker, Google optimize. Okay, so Google survey website satisfaction, custom HTML also. You can create a custom HTML tag. And first of all, you have to create if you want to track events, you have to create a event data layer, transaction data layer. There are a lot of data layers are there. So what is data layer? Data layer is simply you have to create some variables, okay, which will provide you all the data like events. Okay, then what is the behavior of a user in your website, what are the events he is performing, or what are the pages he is viewing. All the data layers should be there. Okay, so this is an advanced part. So this is the basic part just I showed you. So if you have any kind of doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, and if you haven't watched the previous videos, okay, that I have uploaded, okay, so you can just go to my channel, the YouTube channel by AD, and you can just go and watch these videos on page, off page, and the tutorial introduction, like what are the components or what are the topics that I'm going to cover in this video, in this tutorial. And apart from that, if you haven't followed me yet on Instagram, you can just go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can just DM me directly. For sure I'll get back to you, okay, with the video. Otherwise, if we can go ahead and make a call in Instagram, okay, we can talk over there also, and I will clarify your doubts as well. Okay. So this is the channel. Once you go, and you can just subscribe to my channel, okay, and press the bell icon as well. And please support, like my videos, and share it with your friends, so it will be very helpful for me to create new videos, to get new contents for you. So this is all about technical SEO. And thank you so much for watching this video. And the next video we are going to cover on YouTube. So if you want to know about YouTube and its algorithms, and how to create an account, how to monetize, what are the criterias to monetize your YouTube channel, how to increase subscribers, so you can just stay tuned to my channel, and I will upload a video shortly. So once you clicked on the bell icon, for sure you will get the notification and you can watch the video. Thank you so much for watching the video, and have a great day, guys.